What up, guys? It's Menace to the Matrix here. Another thought just popped into my head. A lot of people in my surroundings, and I'm not targeting anybody specific, but just in general, people, that claim to be awake, claim to think for themselves, or whether they claim to think for themselves or not, they all claim to be experts in their fields or experts in certain things, but yet they don't have no expertise, or they lack expertise and common sense. They go by the official dogma. It's really sad and it's crazy. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but that's how I learn. And at least I could think for myself. So a lot of people just talk all that shit, saying, I'm an expert in this, I'm an expert in that, but they can't think outside the box. They can't go against the grain. They can't think for themselves. People tout that shit all the time. It's really sad, But, hopefully someday common sense or fucking, it'll smack them upside the head. The Matrix will smack them upside the head, however you want to fucking put it, So I just figured I'd put that out there. Everybody's an expert in everything. 2020 hindsight, the whole scamdemic proved that, how stupid people were. Sheeples on the left and the right and everywhere in between, Look at how, for example, how these fake patriots, these MAGA normitards, the panicans are exposing themselves. You guys could attack me, call me, say, friendly fire, and I could take it. I've been there, done that. I'm not perfect. I'm not a Mr. Know-it-all, but, I was built for this shit. God put me through that spiritual boot camp growing up and up until now. That doesn't mean I'm bigger and superior than everybody else. It doesn't. But I just figured I'd put that out there. Random thought, Everybody claims to be an expert and a know-it-all, but they can't think outside the box. They can't think for themselves. They always go by that official dogma. They claim to be awake, but they fear porn. They're all about fear this, fear that, You got to be, of course, precautious. You got to be careful, but yet, well, why are you spreading fear porn? Like, why are you always watching the news and fear this? Oh, my God, war, this and that. Be fearful. If you're not fearful, you're selfish. Your freedom and sovereignty is selfishness. You're a sovereign citizen. Get the fuck out of here, please. You're a fake triad. You, especially organized religious cult members, you fucking idiots out there that claim to be spiritual but say it's religion too. No, you can't have both sides. It doesn't work both ways in that sense. A lot of you are just fucking hypocrites and jokes, man. And if you feel offended by this, I don't give a fuck. Get offended. It is what it is. I figured I'd put that out there. A lot of you claim to be experts and know it all and think you know it all, which I don't. I don't have all the answers, but I could think for myself. And if I make a mistake about something, I'll correct myself on it. Maybe not to you, to your face. I don't have to, but I'll correct myself in here and in here. So, Menace to the Matrix, I'm out. Peace.